So, how big's this thing supposed to get?
Hey, who cares? It's an endless supply of free patties.
Are you gonna cook that thing or just stand there staring at it?
Sorry, Squidward. Coming right up. Oh my goodness!
Man, this Season 8 episode is a mouthful. I'm talking about the Krabby Patty that ate Bikini Bottom. Like, what a cool episode. This episode is so good. It has lots of really cool animation. You know, Season 8 is very hit or miss. I say this about a lot of the seasons, but this is a good episode in terms of Season 8. And as a matter of fact, before we get into the mistake, here are some awesome scenes from this episode. There's a lot of really cool animated scenes. We'll get right into the mistakes after though, so stay tuned.
Out of my way, you boobs!
Plankton, you're going the wrong way! Turn back or be crushed by a giant monster!
I can't hear you! I need to see this! Ooh, it's gorgeous! Oh, great Patty! Take me! Take me home, Daddy!
Snookums, look out! You've got to promise Mommy you'll be more careful! Neptune knows what she'd do if you were swallowed by the putrid ooze that's running rampant in our streets!
Lots of really cool scenes in this episode, as I said, but there's also a mistake. Let's take a look at this mistake right here.
Squidward, that giant Krabby Patty is on a rampage! We have to escape!
It's a crab avalanche!
Hold it! And just what is it you two think you're doing?
Yeah, so well in the kitchen closer to the ending of the episode, this Krabby Patty right here eats SpongeBob's left shoe and sock, alright? You can see it right here. We can even see SpongeBob's bare foot for a second. But here's the problem. When SpongeBob and Squidward try to exit the restaurant, they reappear now for no apparent reason and remain like this from the rest of the episode. Like he just randomly has his left shoe and sock back. Now, who knows? You know, SpongeBob works here. Maybe he has an extra pair of socks and shoes at work. You know, that would justify this, or maybe it's just a children's cartoon and I'm overthinking this one small little continuity error. That's probably what it is. So let's head over to another episode with a much more blatant mistake that we cannot ignore.
What a beautiful day.
You said it, pal.
Can you believe that, son?
I could look at it all day.
Yes, sir, we're going back to old school SpongeBob Season 3, and the episode is Sponge Guard on Duty. Now, here are just some funny clips from this episode. There's so many good moments, and then we'll get right into the spicy mistakes.
Just imagine if I were a lifeguard. Who needs to be a lifeguard? I'm cool. Catch this!
What a nostalgic episode. Like, it really brings me back to my childhood, this one. It's a good episode. Of course, though, it has mistakes. It has 3. Here's the first one.
We like Larry better.
Does Larry ever give you free ice cream?
Ice cream! Did somebody say ice cream? Where is it? Is it here?
This one's just funny. Like, I cracked up a little bit at this one. But when Patrick is looking at the do not cross sign, if we look really closely, we'll notice that there is one part of the sign that actually says do no cross. All the other ones say do not cross. But this one right here, I'm zooming in on it, says do no cross. Hilarious mistake. And there's another one in this episode.
Oh, can't swim! Oh,
SpongeBob,
Yes, Larry?
you're not a lifeguard, are you?
No, Larry.
Let's go, guys!
So during Larry's line where he says, let's go guys, if we look, SpongeBob's lips also move when Larry says let's. I'm gonna play it really quickly again in slow motion and watch SpongeBob as his mouth shouldn't move, but it just randomly moves as if he was going to say something and the line was cut. Look.
No, Larry.
Let's go, guys!
Yeah, you see what I mean? It's kinda weird. Why is SpongeBob's mouth moving during Larry's line? What? Alright though, here's another mistake from this episode.
Free ice cream!
Now y'all have to wait 1 hour before you go swimming.
This is another funny one. So, when SpongeBob hands out ice cream, if we look at Incidental 41 here, at first they have this delicious red popsicle. What flavor do you guys think it is? Cherry, strawberry? Let me know in the comments. But he has a red popsicle, as you can see here, and remember this, as in the very next shot of him, now the popsicle is blue. And I'm also curious what flavor this one is. Is it like blue raspberry? Let me know, guys. What do you think? Blueberry? In the episode Rock Bottom, Patrick and SpongeBob end up taking the wrong bus after spending an awesome day full of fun at the glove-themed amusement park known as Glove World, their favorite place. But once they leave, they end up in the abysmal zone of Rock Bottom. This place is the definition of weird or creepy, and while SpongeBob does escape the place by the end of the episode, he is trapped in the creepy location for a majority of the episode. Now, this one is a classic, and is probably one of my favorite SpongeBob episodes ever, but it does have a mistake, as you can guess. When we first see SpongeBob and Patrick get scared, for a single frame, one of SpongeBob's pupils is missing as he blinks. Pretty weird. Here's a clip.
That's an easy one, Patrick. Just wait for someone to come out and then you'll know.
That gooey little varmint's mighty hungry. It may not look like much to you and me, but this here's 4-star dining to a snail. But old Patrick here don't seem ready to share his meal.
I'm gonna make this one quick because the mistake is pretty subtle and the mistake happens really fast anyways. The mistake can be found in the episode Gary and Spot, and roll the footage.
Locked doors are never a problem for a snail like Gary.
Oh, Marvin, you could catch every snail in Bikini Bottom, but the only thing you've really caught is loneliness. He's beautiful. Oh, that's so good!
Yeah, so these two characters are Marvin and Alice, and at one point they go to a carnival, but a big part of this plot is that when they go to the carnival, it's nighttime. But if you actually take a look when they arrive at the carnival, it's sunny and bright outside, right? Like you can see it's sunny and bright outside, but if we rewind back to this scene, it's nighttime. So a really strange continuity error. And guys, I'm not even gonna waste more time on this one. Let's head over to another episode with much crazier mistakes than this one.
You're gonna work here. You'll need an official Krusty Krab hat. Say, that's a pretty neat trick. I'm gonna get some extra mayonnaise from the back.
No mayonnaise!
Okay.
Coming in hot, first up is the episode Planet of the Jellyfish, which in my opinion is an episode that isn't talked about a lot when it comes to SpongeBob. The episode's pretty good. Of course though, it has some mistakes. It has 2 to be exact. Here's the first one.
Whoa, look at all the customers.
One Krabby Patty, hold the mayonnaise.
Thank you. Come again. Brah! Don't you want a cute little jellyfish?
No thanks.
You can use this jelly as a pillow.
Oh, that's okay. I have one at home.
So take a look at this dude over here, Incidental 27. As you can see, he has a tail fin. It's right here, all right? You can see it right here. Well, the mistake is that when SpongeBob first enters the Krusty Krab during this scene, Incidental 27 is missing that tail fin. It was there in this shot later on in the episode when he's seen growling at SpongeBob, he has his tail again, well, his fin tail again. Yeah, definitely a mistake here. For this one shot, it's just missing, and that's not supposed to happen. This next mistake also wasn't supposed to happen. Keep those eyes peeled, and let's see if you guys can spot it.
Aw, look at him, the little angel. Good morning, sleepyhead. We wouldn't want anything to happen to you while I'm at work. You better stay in here where it's safe.
Did you guys catch it? Well, take a look at our favorite little snail over here, Gary. More specifically, his shell and the colors on his shell. As you can see, the shell is pink, and then there's like these purple or bluish dots on it, and then there's like this red swirl on it, right? All right, you can see it right here. Well, whoever animated this episode needs to be educated on our favorite little snail, as just before Gary is engulfed by a gelin, take a look at this dude's shell, as that's not right. The colors have been inverted. I'm gonna do a side-by-side. This is how it's supposed to look on the left. Yeah, on the right, that is a mistake. It's not supposed to look like that. Gary, you poor snail. But let's head over to another episode, guys, with more mistakes. Let's go. The episode, Captain Pipsqueak, has become quite the fan favorite, with featuring a bunch of cameos from characters we've seen in previous seasons. Plus, it also has a really good plot, with Plankton teaming up with a bunch of other supervillains to finally achieve his Krabby Patty goals. Now, this episode admittedly does not have too many mistakes, but of course, you know me, you know Cartoon Corey, I was able to find one. As you can see, throughout the episode, Plankton gets his own villain costume, equipped with a purple cape, a purple helmet, and more importantly, purple gloves. Now during this scene, where we see Plankton do a little dumpster diving while in his villain outfit, he can be seen wearing his gloves. However, for one brief shot when he jumps out of the dumpster, his gloves are missing. They just randomly disappear.
Where's the door?
The episode, I Was a Teenage Gary, is yet another creepy and disturbing episode. I mean, yeah, this show is for kids, but this episode had some really weird scenes that us 90s and 2000s kids will never forget. For example, the scene where SpongeBob literally transforms into a snail against his will. It's pretty weird, it's pretty creepy. The episode's ending is also pretty grim, with both SpongeBob and Squidward being trapped as snails. But what's even more spooky is this mistake. I know you missed it. This one is pretty complicated, so seriously, listen closely, as there is an error in this episode revolving around Gary's colors. As you can see, Gary's body is blue, with a little bit of green at the bottom. Ignore his shell, as I'm only talking about his actual body. Like I said, it's supposed to be blue. But during this one shot, it seems his colors got reversed, as Gary is green, and boy does it look really weird. So this next episode, Gullible Pants, has 3 very complicated mistakes, so I'm just gonna get right into them. Here's the first one, let's see if you guys can catch it yourselves.
451, 452, 453, 454, 455, 456.
Like I said, this one is very, very complicated, so take a look at this shot. As you can see, Incidental 92 is eating with Incidental 51. They're having a nice meal together. But like seconds later, and now Incidental 92 is eating with a completely different fish. The other mistake is quite similar. In that opening shot, we can see Incidental 48 eating with Incidental 41. But then, seconds later, and now Incidental 48 is eating with a completely different fish in seconds. So definitely a mistake, and there are a ton of mistakes in this one section. It's pretty bad. There's some crazier ones coming up though, so stay tuned. I gotta say, when it comes to the episode Jolly Lodgers, I really feel bad for Squidward. Like the dude just wants a break, and then this happens.
Are you going somewhere?
I'll be staying at a hotel for the next few days, for peace and quiet. Well now, this is very nice indeed. This is heaven. Hello? Anyone there? Hello?
Room service.
Come in.
Squidward? What a happy surprise.
Like poor Squidward. And things get worse, as this episode also, has some mistakes. Let's take a look at this first one.
You stay away from me! I don't want to see either of you in any part of this hotel!
Come on, this one's easy. I know you guys caught it. You're probably commenting it right now, but boom, SpongeBob's missing his mouth. Okay, I've got one more, and it also has to do with a missing mouth. Let's see if you guys can catch it.
No, SpongeBob. No, Patrick. Peace and quiet. Leave me alone!
Look, guys, I hate to nitpick, but Patrick's missing his mouth, and that's like a really bad mistake. But hey, I've got some that are even crazier coming up, so let's get into them.
I ordered a couple Krabby Patties a while ago, and I'm wondering when they'll be out.
Looks like I'm crushing your face.
So, will they be ready soon?
Yeah. Don't move too much, it ruins it.
Next up, we have the episode The Splinter, which is a very well-known episode of SpongeBob, but not because people like it. People actually hate this episode because there's a really gruesome scene where SpongeBob gets his splinter. Now, we're gonna get into the mistakes in this episode, but I'm actually gonna show you guys that scene really quickly, so just, take a look at this.
Oh, you really saved me! Hey, a splinter!
Yeah, dude, that was gnarly, especially for a kid's cartoon, and you can see this is when SpongeBob started focusing less on like actual comedy and started using like grotesque humor and like grotesque scenes of Squidward or SpongeBob getting beat up to keep things entertaining. But anyways, we're not here for all that, we're here for mistakes. Here's the first one.
I hear you!
Okay, good, because these two Krabby Patties are ready!
What's that?
What's what? Makes sense now, right?
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So at the very beginning of the episode, we can see that two Krabby Patties are ordered, SpongeBob makes them, and he puts them right here. Alright, remember this. Because no one actually picks them up, but moments later, like seconds later in this scene, they're now gone. And like Squidward did not take those patties, so they just disappeared. Like it was kind of weird, to be honest with you. And here's one more from this episode.
What? Me? Tell Mr. Krabs? Oh, no. No. Well, maybe. I don't have to tell Mr. Krabs.
So first things first, during this scene where SpongeBob goes to touch his heart, look at his pants, alright? I don't even need to show you guys this, but here's a random shot of SpongeBob, and as you can see on his pants, he has his belt, alright? But in this one shot from the Splinter, when it zooms in, the belt is just gone, and I don't even get this one. Like sometimes, guys, if it's a super zoomed out shot, for example, the one where Squidward was missing his Krusty Krab hat, that's totally fine, it's a zoomed out shot. This is a zoomed in shot, so how they just didn't draw his belt is hilarious to me. So yeah, let's get into the real spicy mistakes in today's video and head over to another episode. Stay tuned, guys, because I've got some wild mistakes coming up. Next up, I have two Gary the Snail themed mistakes. They're pretty bad. I have no idea how the animators missed them. Let's take a look at this first one and see if you guys can spot it.
Now, Gary, we can do this the hard way or the easy way. Or the medium way. Or the semi-medium easy hard way. Or the sort of hard with a touch of awkward, easy, difficult, challenging way. So that's how you want to play it, huh? It's new toy! Fetch! Huh? New boomerang pet ball. Really works.
This one is interesting, especially because it happens really fast, but as most of you guys know, this is how Gary's eyes look. They're red, they're beautiful. Gary has some beautiful eyes, but they're red, okay, as you can see right here. But for one frame in this shot, Gary's eyes are purple. and they look really weird. I have no idea how the animators made this mistake because it's for one frame, but it's pretty bad. And there's more. Let's see if you guys can catch it.
So, if I can't get you to come to the bath, I'll just have to bring the bath to you. Bath delivery.
This one is a lot less complex. Pretty much, normally Gary's eyelids look like this. They're like the same color as the stems of his eyes. They're like blue or purplish. But in the episode Gary Takes a Bath, there's one scene where his eyelids are pink, which is a massive mistake. That's not right. So yeah, another mistake.
Bath delivery.
As most of you know, Patrick Star loves to eat. And I mean, seriously, this guy loves to eat. But it seems one of his favorite meals is a good old-fashioned Krabby Patty. And this is really shown in the season 9 episode, What's Eating Patrick, as he enters into a Krabby Patty eating competition. And boy oh boy, does it make for a great episode. As you can guess though, based off of the title of this video, this episode is not perfect, as at the beginning of the episode, when Mr. Krabs realizes that Patrick should join the competition, there is a brief shot where the order here sign is missing its text. And the very next shot it's there, but during this one shot, it's just missing. Like the sign is there, but the text isn't. Keep in mind, it seems that this mistake is only present in early airings of the episode, so that's good. Anyways though, here's a clip of the mistake with audio.
Oh, if only there was someone dumb and hungry enough to take on old Oswald McNulty. I'll just have 47 Krabby Patties, please. I had a big breakfast, so I'm not that hungry. Squidward, did you get a new haircut? Ah, dumb and hungry. Well, if it isn't Patrick. I isn't Patrick? No, of course you are.
In the season 4 episode, Fear of a Krabby Patty, Plankton has a new and fairly clever plan, with him convincing Mr. Krabs to change the Krusty Krab's hours to 24 hours, all in the hopes of it exhausting SpongeBob overworking him, thus giving Plankton the perfect opportunity to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula. Pretty clever. Well, this eventually does kind of work, with SpongeBob becoming so dead and exhausted that he starts to see things that aren't real, like Mr. Krabs turning into a Krabby Patty. Now, the mistake in question is something we've covered many times before in different episodes, and has to do with Plankton's iconic restaurant, the Chum Bucket. As during this scene, the path that connects the Krusty Krab to the Chum Bucket, this path, is missing when it should be visible based on numerous other episodes, right? So yeah, definitely a mistake, and here's a clip with audio.
Couldn't we get to work earlier than 6 a.m.? Like 5:30 a.m.? Or 5 a.m.? Or 4 a.m.? Or
Zip it.
What the? The Chum Bucket can open 23 hours? So, that little piece of flotsam plankton thinks he can stay open longer than me, does he?
Sure. I don't know. Why not?
Well, he's wrong!
In the episode Money Talks, Mr. Krabs, being the greedy man that he is, makes a wish that he could talk to his money. And to his surprise, the wish comes true, but it's at a cost, as the Flying Dutchman grants his wish in exchange for his soul. It's actually really funny because Mr. Krabs eventually goes a little crazy when his money talks and constantly tells him that it wants to be spent and not hoarded. Yeah, talk about an interesting episode. Now, early on in this episode is where we can spot our mistake, as when these two incidentals are thrown out of the Krusty Krab, Incidental 83, also known as Old Man Walker, loses his face. I mean, his mouth is still there, but what happened to his eyes and glasses? Yeah, talk about an odd mistake. Here's a clip with audio.
99!
Don't rush me, woman!
Perhaps this will speed up the process.
How will that help them chew faster?
SpongeBob! What's the problem?
No problem.
I was just telling this customer he has to wait for his favorite table.
$5 if I get the table now.
My hip!
Enjoy your meal. Let me know if you need anything else.
Our first mistake can be found in a Season 5 episode, the original Fry Cook. And I gotta say, this is probably my favorite Season 5 episode to come out of the entire season. In this episode, SpongeBob starts to feel a little inferior when a famous former Krusty Krab fry cook named Jim visits his old stomping grounds. Jim used to work at the Krusty Krab years ago, and we even get this cool flashback showing us how he looked back when he was younger, years ago. Well, this flashback actually has a lot to do with our mistake, as during the episode, we get to see Jim's Best Employee Award. However, the award depicts him in his present day appearance, even though it should have depicted him in his younger appearance, the same appearance we seen in the flashback, since the award is from years ago. So yeah, definitely a mistake here, it's a bit complicated, but here's a clip with audio.
This place had class.
Season 5 is very hit or miss for me, but one episode I did enjoy was Blackjack, an episode all about SpongeBob panicking and worrying that his notorious cousin Blackjack is after his family. Now, one of the reasons that I personally really like this episode so much is due to us getting another really good look at the SquarePants family. With SpongeBob visiting his parents' house, his grandmother's house, you guys know I love Graham SquarePants, and even a new character, his uncle, Captain Blue SquarePants. And this is actually where we can find our mistake, with it revolving around good old Blue SquarePants' house. As you can see, during this shot, Blue has grass around his house, by his garage. It's really important to watch by his garage, you can see it right here. Well, later on, when SpongeBob returns to Blue's house, his outside is completely different, with there now being sand beside the garage instead of grass, thus making for a really weird continuity error. I know SpongeBob does cut the grass at one point, but it wouldn't turn the grass into like sand. So yeah, here's a clip with audio.
Uncle Captain Blue, I need your help.
Well, if it isn't little SpongeBob. Land a firm one on me, Bobby.
I need you to help me rescue my parents.
Sure, little Bobby. I could use some help with the lawn, but you're gonna need this to do the job right.
Uncle Captain Blue, I need to help my parents. They're in danger. So just listen now to my musical doodle.
We've got a little Season 7 action coming up for you guys. This next episode is from Season 7, obviously. It's Earworm, and it's all about SpongeBob getting addicted. Like, he becomes addicted to this song that he cannot stop singing in his head. Just like I'm addicted to exposing mistakes in SpongeBob. I'm so lame sometimes, guys. Here's the first mistake. Let's see if you guys can spot it. Try to comment it before I reveal it, all right?
The musical doodle. Oh, she got me.
You're done for the day.
Trying to escape, it's futile! Do-do-do-do, musical doodle!
Did you guys catch it? It's a weird one. So, during the pan shot of the messy kitchen in the clips you guys just saw, these condiment bottles right here are blank, alright? And there's this cabinet that's over here. It'll all make sense in a second, but remember, the condiments have no labels, and this cabinet is far away from SpongeBob over here. However, when Mr. Krabs is sending SpongeBob home, the condiments now magically are labeled despite them not being labeled a couple seconds prior, and that cabinet that was originally farther away is now closer to SpongeBob. Here's a side-by-side to show you guys I'm not capping. This one's totally a mistake. And here's one more from the same episode.
Up inside of me! Oh, shit.
What in blazes are you doing? That's it, boy. You're done for the day.
trying to escape it?
This one's kind of similar. So when SpongeBob messes up the Krusty Krab kitchen, there is a stack of Krabby Patties near the back left corner, and the word doodle is written over Mr. Krabs' office door. Again, I'm always rambling, but remember this. Remember the word doodle and remember that stack of Krabby Patties. Now I'm hungry. As when SpongeBob eventually runs out seconds later, like literally seconds later, the doodle is missing and that stack of Krabby Patties is missing. Now maybe Squidward came along and moved the Krabby Patties, but the doodle on Mr. Krabs' door, that is 100% a mistake, guys, 100%. And let's keep it moving, lots coming up.
I'll be returning to my grown-up lifestyle, so keep it down!
Squidward!
Let's do another quick one from the episode Squid Bait. Let's get right into it. Here's the first mistake.
We have to work on your penmanship, Squiddy.
My face! My face! Also my leg, but mostly my face!
This one's definitely going to need some explaining. This character right here is Incidental 106, and he's colored like this. Remember these colors, all right? This right here is Incidental 107, and he's colored like this. After Baby Squidward scribbles all over Incidental 41's face, we get a shot of Incidental 106, but this time he's colored incorrectly. For some reason, they made a mess up, and they swapped Incidental 106 with Incidental 107's colors. What? Here's another mistake from Squid Baby. This one's interesting. We may have covered this one before, so I'm going to make it very, very quick. But when SpongeBob and Patrick yell, "Squiddy," not only is SpongeBob missing his arms, which might be more of a comedic effect, but a piece of his bottom is missing at the bottom of the screen. This is definitely a mistake. You can see the animation glitches and it's just cut off or something. Really, really weird. We ain't done yet though, guys. Let's head over to another episode. So many mistakes in today's video.
Hungry.
Next up, we have the episode Home Sweet Pineapple, and here's the thing, guys. Cartoon Corey has been on a quest to cover all the mistakes in every single Season 1 episode. I've been doing it slowly throughout multiple videos. Some videos will be focused on like one episode. Some videos, like this one, for example, I'll have a small section, and right now, we're gonna cover every single mistake, every one, in the episode Home Sweet Pineapple. We're looking at like nearly 10 mistakes in this one episode alone. Here's the first one, roll the clip. So that first one is pretty straightforward. First of all though, take a look at this. This is a shot of SpongeBob's bed from another episode, alright? And one thing you'll notice is that the bed has a back. Well, the bed frame has like this back part. Well, in this episode, at the beginning of it, when SpongeBob sits upon his bed in Home Sweet Pineapple, the back of his bed just like disappears, dude. Like, here's a side-by-side of it from another episode as well. And just like, yeah, I don't know why they just didn't draw the back of his bed. So weird. It's always there, and then randomly it isn't here in this one shot. Very strange. Here's mistake number 2.
What?
Squidward, could we stay here a couple of days or a month or two?
Oh, yeah, well, whatever.
I'm gonna make this one quick. It's kind of a weak mistake in my opinion. It's from the wiki, and as you guys know, my goal with this is to cover every single mistake in this one episode. So even though it's weak, we gotta cover it. But SpongeBob over here, here's a PNG of him. He has his eyelashes, right? We all have eyelashes. And what happens with SpongeBob is whenever he closes his eyes, his eyelashes always disappear. This is a common thing in 2D animation. Like in every other episode, it happens whenever he closes his eyes. But when SpongeBob decides to call Squidward for help, he blinks his eyes, but his eyelashes are still seen for about a split second, which again is technically a mistake, but it's kind of lame. Let's head over to mistake number 3. This one's much better.
Hey, SpongeBob, your house is gone.
Bo-ho, bo-ho, bo.
Squid's taking it real hard. What are you gonna do now?
I guess I'll have to move back with my mom and dad.
So eventually, as you guys just saw, SpongeBob loses his house to those pesky nematodes, and eventually realizes and says, I guess I'll have to move back in with my mom and dad. Now, when this happens, when this exact line is spoken, if we look at Patrick, who's looking very dapper, by the way, like I like his suit, if we look at him, his mouth disappears for like a split second as it's said. Like, look at this dude missing his mouth. Like, how do you forget to draw a character's mouth? Crazy, dude. Like, I don't know how you forget to draw a character's mouth, but whatever. Let's head over to the next one. This one's good.
Good night, SpongeBob.
Did you guys catch it? I would not be surprised if not, because this one's kinda weird. So this is SpongeBob right here, and you'll notice that underneath his mouth, he has this like red line. I don't know if it's supposed to be his lips, if it's supposed to be his chin, but it's always there, this red line right here. It never goes away. Well, actually it does in this episode in a form of a mistake, as when SpongeBob's shivering in the clips you guys just saw, look, the red line normally underneath his mouth is gone for about a split second. It does come back, but for that split second, it is gone, dude. It's gone. Like I said, this one's very, very easy to miss, but this next one, not so much.
Squidward, could we stay here a couple of days or a month or two?
Oh, yeah, well, whatever.
Thanks. Can you give me a glass of water?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, buddy. Yep. This is great.
This next one is another one from the wiki, and I'm not gonna lie, you guys are pushing it with this one. It is kind of a mistake, but before Squidward returns to bed after giving SpongeBob a glass of water, the pillow is like, it's more square than anything, alright? And as you can see, it's only fit for one person. But eventually, when Squidward goes to bed with SpongeBob, they're so cute together, the pillow is now suddenly rectangular and wide enough for two people. Here's a side-by-side, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, the pillows are not that different. Like I said, this one's from the wiki, so do not point the finger at me, alright? I just included this one because I want to include every single mistake, and you guys say this is a mistake, so. Anyways, though, I'm rambling. Here's the next mistake. Take a look at this one.
Mother has dinner waiting.
Hello, Mrs. SquarePants. Let me help you with these bags.
I cannot hold on to you any longer, little pebble. You hold too many memories. Well, Squidward, this is goodbye.
Now, this is one that's actually like pretty bad. This is actually like a real mistake right here. So near the ending of the episode, SpongeBob wears his hat when he is going to plant the seed. As you can see right here, all right, he's wearing his hat. Remember this, as when he plants the seed a second later, his face is seen close up, and look, he isn't wearing the hat. Now, of course, after planting the seed, the hat does like reappear finally, but yeah, totally a mistake. He's wearing it, then it just disappears for a second, and then it reappears back. Crazy mistake. All I know for sure though is that's a really nice hat, SpongeBob. I want one.
Well, Squidward, this is goodbye.
Come on, SpongeBob.
Goodbye, Patrick.
Leaving. La 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 la.
Last one. So when SpongeBob gets in his parents' car and Patrick like grabs onto the back of it, pulling the car back, and he's crying, if we look at the antenna on the car, it's like glitching out. It's like jumping between different colors and stuff. I'm zooming in on it. Yeah, that antenna is not supposed to be doing that.
I was merely emulating my latest media obsession. Kenny the Cat!
Kenny the Cat? What in Clam's name is, the cat?
Let's head over to modern SpongeBob for this next one. The episode's from season 12, which is a pretty good season, and the episode is Kenny the Cat. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be blunt, I'm not a big fan of this episode. I think Kenny the Cat is kind of annoying, but it has its good moments. What it also has, of course, though, is this really bad mistake, and this one's bad. The art team got in trouble for this one, for sure. Roll the footage.
This gets real uncomfortable after a while.
You guys might have missed it, but during this scene where Kenny gets his oxygen tank, if we zoom in on his right foot and pause, the animators forgot to color in and fill in his right foot. It's just completely transparent, and dude, look at how weird that looks. These are the mistakes where it's actually kind of bad. Like, I'll always give SpongeBob a break because it's 2D animation, and 2D animation is hard, but mistakes like this where it's like a couple of seconds where somebody's foot was not colored in is pretty rough. So yeah, let's head over to another episode, guys. Lots of really cool mistakes coming up.
The Great Barrier Reef. See? There's a huge assortment of slides and trampolines.
And forts.
And a water park. Oh no, that's just where you drooled on it.
We're back with some good old-fashioned SpongeBob. Next episode is a SquarePants family vacation. I love this episode. I love episodes with SpongeBob's parents in them. And here's the first mistake.
Are you getting hungry?
Yeah. How'd you know?
Oh, I could hear your stomach growling. I thought for a second it might be some kind of scary monster coming to eat us.
This one's pretty straightforward, but when SpongeBob and Patrick are walking through this like mushroom forest, and SpongeBob says for a second, I thought it was some scary monster coming to eat us. This is really bad, but our boy loses his entire left arm for a frame. Like, it's just not there. It's only for a frame. It does come back right away. But dude, look at this shot without his arm, and yeah, major mistake here, guys. Let's keep it moving though and head over to another SpongeBob episode with some wacky mistakes.
Maybe it's just because you're ugly.
Ugly? You gotta be kidding me.
Let's head back over to the classics. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Season 2, the Steven Hillenburg era. We've got Something Smells, a very special episode. And you know what? Before we get into the mistakes in this episode, there's 2 really bad mistakes. Here are some funny clips from this episode just for the sake of it, and then we'll get right into the mistakes.
Just do what I do when I have problems. Squid!
Hello.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at it!
See, I'm happy I did that. Such a nostalgic episode. It hits me in the childhood, but let's ruin that childhood by exposing that first mistake.
Wow! It's Sunday, Gary! Guess what's for breakfast? That's right! A sundae!
As you just seen, after SpongeBob goes from his bedroom to his kitchen, we can see his bedroom wallpaper, alright? Instead of his living room, which is totally a mistake because SpongeBob's bedroom is not located next to his kitchen. It's located upstairs, as we've seen in numerous episodes before. So yeah, very weird mistake. I don't know why they put his bedroom wallpaper as he's coming into the kitchen. Totally a mistake. And here's another one from this episode.
Looks like we're out of ice cream. Guess I'll have to use something else. Ketchup!
This one took me a couple times of watching it to really catch it, but when SpongeBob opens the giant ketchup bottle and squeezes it into his sundae bowl, disgusting by the way. Putting ketchup in a sundae, disgusting. If we look at his hands though, his right hand is on backwards. Look at this, I'm zooming in. Yeah, that hand is on backwards and totally a mistake, a really bad one too. We ain't done yet though, gang. More mistakes to come and you do not want to miss them. Let's keep it rolling.
Not the president of Bikini Bottom. Even better.
You're the president of the Secret Royal Order of the Good Neighbor Lodge.
Is this some stupid club you two made up?
Next up is the episode Good Neighbors, which is a pretty underrated episode in my opinion, but let's get into the juicy details. I know you guys want the mistakes. Here's mistake number 1.
Whenever you're ready, Patrick.
What's going on out there?
Hi, President Squidward. Almost done painting your...
My eyes!
I'd like to call this meeting of the Good Neighbor Lodge to order. Squidward?
So this is another funny one, as when Squidward pushes SpongeBob and Patrick outside to go paint the leaves on the trees, as you can see, the door opens into the house, right? So if you were to open the door goes inside the house. I'm showing you it in slow motion, pay attention. But here's the issue, when SpongeBob and Patrick reappear and say see ya later Squidward, the door now opens to the outside of the house. If you were to open the door, it comes outside. So this is a major mistake here. First, it opens up like this, now it opens up like this, and I'm sorry guys, that's not how doors work. It is a cartoon, but that's not how doors work. Here's another mistake though, stay tuned, this one is just as bad.
SpongeBob.
Good morning, Squidward.
SpongeBob, what are you doing in my house?
I came to make sure you don't oversleep and miss work.
It's Sunday!
Alright, so take a look at this shot of Conch Street. As you can see, SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward's house all have these pathways, okay? They all look different, but they have a path getting to their house. Well, when Squidward hears SpongeBob's alarm clock go off in this episode, the ladder's pathway is missing. It's just gone. Poof, where is it? What's funny is it does appear in the episode, but during this one shot, the animators, I guess they just didn't want to draw it. They were feeling kind of lazy because it's not there. That's not it though. Believe it or not, this episode actually has 3 mistakes. Here's the third one.
Good morning, Squidward.
SpongeBob, what are you doing in my house?
I came to make sure you don't oversleep and miss work.
It's Sunday!
It's very easy to miss, but pay attention as before Squidward yells, "It's Sunday," SpongeBob's pupils become uncolored for a split second. They just have no color, and they're not supposed to look like that, dude. In the episode Krusty Dogs, Krusty Krabs are replaced with hot dogs, which is just wild, but not as wild as the mistake in this episode. Take a look at this.
Excuse me, Mr. Krabs. Well, where are you going with that ladder? Mr. Krabs?
I'm just going to make a few changes to the Krusty Krab menu, that's all. No more Krabby Patties.
So as you guys just saw, a big part of this episode is that Mr. Krabs crosses the Krabby Patty off of the menu, like insane. So insane that an ambulance literally comes. Now maybe you guys caught this one on your own, but if you didn't, Cartoon Corey's got you covered. But normally in the Krusty Krab, there is this workstation area with the cash register that Squidward always works in, this boat right here. Squidward's workstation is just completely missing. It should be right here, but they just forgot to draw it during this one scene, which is kinda hilarious. Here's another one from this episode. I'll make it quick.
Excuse me, Mr. Krabs. Well, where are you going with that ladder? Mr. Krabs?
I'm just going to make a few changes to the Krusty Krab menu, that's all.
Yeah, okay, this one's funny. So Krabby Patties, right? They're not sold at the Krusty Krab anymore. Well then why in this scene that takes place after they're removed, is there a fish behind SpongeBob still eating a Krabby Patty when they're supposed to be gone? Not that big of a deal, but still technically a mistake, and guys, we've got more. Here's another episode. Our first set of mistakes can be found in the iconic and very nostalgic episode, SB129. For those who don't remember this episode, just take a look at some of these scenes and you'll like instantly remember it. It is a classic. On to the mistakes. So this first one, I'm going to play a clip and see if you guys can catch the mistake on your own. Comment it if you do.
It is Sunday morning in Bikini Bottom, and it is about time for Squidward to practice his clarinet. So get your earplugs ready.
I think I'll treat Bikini Bottom to some real music.
Did you catch it? Well, this is how SpongeBob's house normally looks. It's looked like this since the show's first ever season. It has 2 windows, right? We've covered mistakes like this in the past, but this one's completely new, by the way. Well, in this scene of SB129, what's going on with SpongeBob's house? It only has 1 window, which is a very lazy mistake. And that ain't even it for this episode. I've got another mistake, but let's see if you guys can catch it on your own first.
No, I'm not ready. I'll never be ready. Don't you get it?
Sure we do. Ready?
Shouldn't you be at work today, SpongeBob?
But it's Sunday. The Krusty Krab is closed.
Hold on a second. I'll be right out. Hello? Alone at last.
This one is very sneaky. So this is how SpongeBob normally looks. He has a red tie. Remember this, it's red. It's always been red. But in this one shot where Squidward sneaks away to the Krusty Krab, Why is SpongeBob's tie black? That's a mistake. The opening of the episode Big Pink Loser has a massive mistake. It's really bad, but it's easy to miss. Take a look. Let's see if you guys catch it.
Hold still, Gary. Almost done.
SpongeBob, guess what? I got an award.
That's great, Patrick. What's it for?
See for yourself.
For outstanding achievement in achievement.
So here's the thing. Patrick is supposed to come through that door, and we even hear the door open, but as you can see in the slow motion footage, the door never opens. Patrick just pops in, he just spawns in randomly and knocks over the house of cards. Like seriously, listen to it again and listen for the door opening. They put a door opening sound in, but then didn't animate the door opening. It's really funny.
Hold still, Gary. Almost done.
The other mistake is just as bad. Here, take a look.
It was sure nice of Mr. Krabs to give me a job.
And at $50 an hour, too. When I started working here, I had to pay Mr. Krabs $100 an hour.
Do I get my award yet?
You have to work for it, remember?
Tartar sauce.
Dude, what happened to Patrick's mouth? It's just gone. The animators just forgot to draw his mouth for a frame, and it looks really weird. As most of you know, Mrs. Puff has been trying to teach SpongeBob to drive for years. It's been like 23 years at this point of her giving SpongeBob driving lessons, and the dude always fails. So, in the episode Tutor Sauce, Mr. Krabs decides that it's his time to give SpongeBob a lesson, and well, this happens.
I'm sorry, Mr. Krabs. Oh, I can't even cry right.
There. Failing your driver's test is nothing to cry over.
Oh.
How much do they charge you this driving school of yours?
Oh, about $100 a semester.
$100 a semester? Why, I could do it for double the price in half the time. I taught me own daughter Pearl how to drive like a little angel.
Hi, Daddy!
This empty parking lot is just the ticket. Like every young person, a novice bowler needs plenty of open, obstacle-free space.
Mr. Krabs, you're so wise.
Can't disagree with you there. All right, put her in gear.
Rookie mistake, right?
I suppose so.
Yeah, no offense, Mr. Krabs, but not only are you a terrible boss, but you're also not a very good driving instructor. Mrs. Puff is way better than you, but anyways, let's get into the mistakes in this episode. There's two. Here's the first one. Keep those eyes peeled.
Now slowly inch forward.
Inch, 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 inch.
Oh, broken wall. That's about 15,000. Lawsuits. Oh, that's a lot of zeros. All right, Krabs, get a hold of yourself. You've been a little worse fixed than this. Look at that face.
So take a look at this shot here. Most of the Grapple gang probably already knows where this is going, but this is the inside of the Krusty Krab. And as always, as you can see, there is the Galley Grub menu, the menu with all the food on it, and the order here sign. But in this one shot of Tutor Sauce, they're missing, which is a nasty mistake. And there's more. Here's mistake number 2, which is very similar, but let's see if you guys can catch it.
A little trip down the street to Patrick's house. That was just fine. But next time, wait until I say, put her into gear.
You missed one.
It happens really fast, but when Squidward says, "You missed one," the Galley Grub is misspelled as G-A-L-L-Y Grub. Normally it's spelled as G-A-L-L-E-Y, as you can see right here. That's like the proper spelling, but I guess the animators forgot how to spell because they didn't include the E. Anyways though, these first two mistakes were kind of weak sauce, guys. Let's move over to episode number 2, which has even crazier mistakes. Let's do this. Okay, so I love this next episode. It's called The the executive treatment, and it's so interesting because it's a Patrick episode. This is before Patrick got his own show, and you can actually see little bits of the Patrick Star Show in this episode. Anyways, here's some clips. It's a good episode.
Hey, how's that new executive treatment sandwich treating you? Because it's hitting all the quadrants of my hunger markets.
Quadrants.
You know, it reminds me of something I was saying about business the other day.
The satisfaction earnings of the fourth quarter of my lunch are off the charts.
I guess I'll have one of these business sandwiches everybody's talking about.
Carl, what are you doing standing around at a time like this? We're gonna be late for the big brainstorming meeting.
What do you give a disappointed stockholder to make him feel better?
A sandwich?
Dude, like I said, it's a really good episode. I love Patrick episodes, and I actually think the Patrick Star Show is underrated. People like to just hate on that show, but anyways, I'm getting off track. Let's get to the mistake. Take a look at this. Keep those eyes peeled.
A surprise for you.
Where'd he go?
You can't fire me. I'm not an executive at all. So go ahead. Send me away forever as a corporate spy if you want to, but not before I've had my say.
So, this is the character Marv. He has a prominent role in this episode, and at one point, he stamps void on Patrick's head and he's sent home, okay? Remember this. Marv is sent home, but then he's seen again after Patrick reveals that he's not an executive. So, like, talk about a strange continuity error. Like, the dude was sent home, but I guess the animators forgot about this plot point and then drew him again despite the fact that he was sent home. So, bad mistake. Anyways, let's move over to episode number 4. When SpongeBob and an executive chef trade jobs in a cultural exchange program, in the episode La Big Switch, SpongeBob does not start out very well with his new establishment, as the owner is really rude to him and only wants him to cook items that are not Krabby Patties. From here, the owner continues to give SpongeBob a hard time. That is, until he actually tries a Krabby Patty, realizing how delicious it tastes. And from here, things go well, with SpongeBob completing the program successfully. It's a neat episode that I recommend watching, but of course, we're here to spot mistakes, so let's talk about some mistakes. When SpongeBob puts the bag of Krabby Patties in his briefcase, the bag is colored as red. As you can see here, it's red. However, if you look closely during the next shot, the bag has magically changed to brown, making for something that isn't that big of a deal, but it's still a mistake. Like, this is a mistake. I guess, red to brown isn't that big of a change, but it's a mistake. Here's a clip.
These babies also belong to the Krusty Krab. So long.
Oh, wait, just one more.
I'm sorry, but I got to go.
Our first Season 13 mistake can be found in the episode Say Ah. Now, this episode is all about Plankton, and other Bikini Bottomites thinking that he's cute and not taking him as seriously as he'd like to be taken. So much so that Plankton actually builds a giant robot just to punish anyone who says aw to him or calls him cute. It's kind of funny, as Plankton always wants to be accepted by everyone, and in this episode he's kind of being accepted by everyone, but he rejects it because he wants to be an evil bad guy. It's kind of funny. Anyways though, onto the mistake, it has to do with Incidental 6, as normally this incidental character has normal thin black feet. It's how he always looks. But for some reason in this episode, there are a few scenes where his feet are like rounded and they look like normal feet. It's really weird. Obviously not that big of a deal, but if you have an eye like a hawk, like myself, you'll notice it. Here's a clip with audio.
Brain-dead barnacles! Drop those patties! Your sandwiches are coming with me!
Aww. So cute.
Huh?
I just want to pinch his face.
Why don't you just take it off so you don't have to go to work today?
I'm afraid it doesn't work that way, buddy.
I hate that hat!
You know, we cover a ton of mistakes on this channel, and there are some mistakes that just actually crack me up, and this is one of them. It's from the episode No Hat for Pat, which is kind of an underrated episode, just saying, with Patrick becoming an attraction at the Krusty Krab because he constantly falls and hurts himself. I actually feel kind of bad for Patrick in this episode, but anyways, here's the first mistake. Let's see if you guys can catch it. Grapple gang, roll that footage.
Whoa, that's enough, lad! What do you think? I made a ketchup?
Yeah, this one's pretty straightforward, but the Krusty Krab sign, alright? Normally it looks like this, and as you can see, it says the Krusty Krab. Of course, it's the Krusty Krab sign after all. But in this one shot from No Hat for Pat, look, the sign is misspelled, with the U in Krusty being replaced with a Y. But yeah, that's not how the sign is supposed to look. As a matter of fact, here's a side-by-side of how the sign looks in other episodes, and yeah, you guys can really see the mistake now. So weird, but not as weird as this next episode's set of mistakes. Let's keep it rolling, gang.
Why?
Are you open?
Read the sign.
I'll have a Krabby Patty Deluxe and a double chili kelp fries.
Back to the classics. Next up, we've got Graveyard Shift, and this one's a cool one where Squidward and SpongeBob are forced to work like overnight, and they get terrified when this new kid is coming to apply. They think he's the hash slinging slasher, but he's actually just this cute kid right here. All right, enough spoilers. Here's the first mistake.
The hash slinging slasher!
Get away from me! Oh, he's gonna flip me! Get away, get away, get away!
SpongeBob, no matter what I've said, I've always sort of liked you.
Squidward, I used your clarinet to unclog my toilet.
Huh?
So let's take a look at SpongeBob's design, all right? We're looking at this PNG of our favorite yellow spongy boy right here, and you'll notice he has this red line under his mouth. It's always been there ever since season 1, and it never really disappears. It's supposed to represent like the under part of his jaw, I think, or the bottom part of his mouth. But anyways, in Graveyard Shift, when Squidward and SpongeBob are shaking under the misconception that the hash-slinging slasher is approaching, that red line under SpongeBob's mouth actually flickers between normal and invisible. I'm playing it in slow motion right here. I zoomed in and I sharpened the footage, and yeah, you can see it kind of just goes back and forth between the two, which is very awkward and weird. You know what's also gonna be weird though? The random mistake of the day, a quick segment in every video where we take a moment to talk about mistakes from a random cartoon suggested by you guys, and then we go right back to SpongeBob. Don't worry, we're gonna get right back to your favorite spongy boy. Today we're gonna do Pokemon. That's right, guys, we're gonna do some Pokemon. We're gonna catch them all today. Now, the episode in question is the episode Weekend Warriors, and I'm gonna show PNGs of them on screen. It has to do with these 3 Pokemon, all right? We've got Meryl, we got Breloom, and we got Shroomish, all right? I want you to remember their colors and their design, all right? You guys got it? You got it? All right, roll the footage. Let's see if you guys can spot the mistake.
As soon as May discovered this exciting event was taking place in Silvertown, well, you can be sure she wasted no time in entering.
Did you guys catch it? If you're a hardcore Pokemon fan, you probably did. If not though, Cartoon Corey's got you. Pretty much, there are a bunch of coloring errors with Pokemon in the shots you guys just saw. More specifically, this one right here. First up, we have this Meryl, who is incorrectly colored as light blue. This one's pretty soft. I'm not gonna lie, this one's not that big of a deal. Regularly, Meryl is like this dark blue color, but this Meryl is light blue, which is kind of weird. But like I said, not that big of a deal. What's really a problem is this Breloom right here. Normally, Breloom looks like this, all right? It's green with like red claws, and then there's a bit of white in their design as well. Looks exactly like this. But in this one scene, the animators messed up and gave Breloom this like weird like blue and green color. And it's not a shiny, just saying, it's not a shiny Breloom. The other mistake is this Shroomish right here, which again, it's kind of like Meryl, it's not that big of a deal. But normally, Shroomish looks like this, all right? He has like this kind of beige top with green feet and then green dots on him. And as you can see in this episode, episode, they completely botched his design. They gave him like white spots for some reason. The top of him is correct, but if we look at his feet are supposed to be green and they're not green. So yeah, 3 mistakes in one scene here. Like I said, if you're a hardcore Pokemon fan, you probably caught them, but back to SpongeBob. Also though, let me know if you guys want me to do more Pokemon in the future and comment other cartoons you want me to cover in the random mistake of the day. All right, back to SpongeBob.
Don't have time to wait in line. Sorry, but I can't be late today.
Ooh, what the? Hey!
Sorry, everyone, but Mr. Krabs needs me. Reporting for duty, sir.
First up is going to be Truth or Square, which is quite literally almost a SpongeBob movie. This episode is almost over an hour long, but it's only really considered to be a TV special. Now, it's a good one. It has a lot of good moments, but it also has tons of mistakes, so let's dive into the first one. Take a look at this.
There it is! SpongeBob's house!
Well, hello! Are you okay, mister?
Did you guys catch it? It's pretty blatant. But when SpongeBob says, "Are you okay?" in Patchy's dream, the right side of this dude's pants is just transparent. It's entirely see-through, dude. Like, what? This one is a pretty bad mistake, guys. Like, the animators completely forgot to color in this part of his pants, which is ridiculous. But hold up, guys, there's more. Here's another mistake. Let's see if you guys can catch this one.
There it is! I'm coming for you, square pants!
I'm ready! It's ready!
Oh, you little scalawag! Just having some technical difficulties. Okay! Those knees!
Now, as any hardcore SpongeBob fan knows, a big part of these specials is Patchy the Pirate. I love this dude, which, fun fact, Patchy the Pirate is actually Tom Kenny, who is the voice actor of SpongeBob. Very interesting. But anyways, this next mistake has to do with Patchy, as when he's shaking around in the whale, take a look at this, his hand gets slightly cut off. It looks kind of rough, but this one isn't that big of a deal. This next mistake though, this one you guys don't want to miss. Roll the footage.
Oh, Krusty Krab, oh, Krusty Krab. Oh, how I love you, Krusty Krab. Oh, Krusty Krab, you've always been there for me. When I'm tired and hungry, I just reach out my hand, and there you are. Are you with me, people?
Yeah!
In that case, let's get some Krabby Patty!
Alright, so take a look at this. When SpongeBob sings "Oh Krusty Krab," look over here. We can see the path to the chum bucket. It's right there, right? We can see it. The path is right there. But during this scene near the end, where did it go? The path is just gone now. First it was there during this scene where SpongeBob sings, but then near the ending of the episode, it's just gone. Almost as if the animators forgot about the path in this last scene, which is totally a mistake. And guess what, guys? Here's another one from this special. Truth or Square has a lot of mistakes.
Remember the day Sandy and I got married?
What? No. I'm freaking out!
SpongeBob, do you take Sandy as your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
And Sandy, do you take SpongeBob as your lawfully wedded husband?
And how?
Well then, I now pronounce you Sponge and Squirrel.
You stink! Worst play I've ever seen!
So for this one to really make sense, let's take a look at a general shot of Sandy Cheeks over here, our favorite squirrel. So as you can see, there's this patch of tan fur on her torso. And as you can also see, it normally extends to above her chest, all right? It looks like this tan fur right here. But if we take a look at Sandy in her wedding dress in this scene, the way that her fur looks is just different. The patch of tan fur on her torso just doesn't extend this time. time. Like, look, here's a side-by-side and I'm circling the areas and you guys can kind of see the mistake here. Not that big of a deal, but let's head over to another special, guys, with even worse mistakes. These mistakes coming up are bad. Our next mistake can be found in the season 12 special, SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout. Now, this episode is awesome and pretty much serves as a homage to the show's history and features tons of Easter eggs and returning characters. However, we're here for mistakes. I mean, it's in the title of the video, so yeah, let's talk about 2 sneaky mistakes. It's easy to miss, but during this wholesome shot of Mr. Krabs dancing with his daughter Pearl, the P normally found on Pearl's shirt is incorrectly colored as white, when, I mean, as you can see in this image of Pearl, it's supposed to be purple. It's always been purple, so it being white in this scene is definitely a mistake. Another mistake can also be found after the opening credits. Now, this one really is not that big of a deal. It's not a big deal, but we see a bubble transition, right? Which is technically a mistake as the episode starts on land. It's not underwater. We commonly only see this bubble transition when we're underwater. So the fact that they're on land and we get it is kind of a mistake. Again, not a huge mistake, but I've got plenty of crazier mistakes later on in the video, so stay tuned. For now though, here's some clips. In the episode, Copy Bob Ditto Pants, Plankton comes up with a new scheme. He makes an identical clone of SpongeBob, of course to steal the Krabby Patty's secret formula. But this doesn't go very well when SpongeBob, being the friendly sponge that he is, befriends the clone, thus ruining Plankton's scheme without even trying. Now, there are a few mistakes in this episode, but the worst one takes place during this scene and has to do with Plankton's computer wife, Karen. It's easy to miss, but the location of Karen's wheels actually change throughout the episode. In some shots, they are beneath the lower platform, while in other shots, they also appear outside the lower platform. Not a big deal, but it's a weird inconsistency I noticed. Here's a clip.
More fruit punch, SpongeBob?
You know, Plankton, when you invited me over, I thought it was another trick to get the Krabby Patty formula. Now I see you just love social gatherings in the workplace.
No, Sponge Copy. We don't put dirty, nasty things in our mouth. Spit it out.
First up is the episode For Here or To Go, an episode where Mr. Krabs comes up with a smart idea to entertain customers.
Attention, Krusty Krab patrons! Behold! The Krusty Krab presents our first annual Bun Seed Guessing Contest! Guess how many seeds are in the jar and win a free Krabby Patty! I have a guess. Plankton, you don't get to guess. Hey!
Mr. Krabs has a cool little game going on, but the issue is he's discriminating against Plankton, which is gonna come up later on in this episode. But first, let's see if you guys can catch the first mistake on your own.
You can't do that. It's not fair. Oh, I'm sorry, but it's me restaurant, and I can do what I please. I know you'll try to analyze that patty and find out my secret formula. You
pay for this, Krabs. I'm calling the Bogus Business Bureau.
According to Article 57 of the Greasy Spoon Code, any fast food contest must be open to all customers.
You have to let me guess now, Krabs.
So here's the thing, most of my longtime viewers already know, but there's supposed to be a path connecting the Chum Bucket to the Krusty Krab. We've seen it in numerous other episodes, you can see it in this clip right here, but they're directly across the street from each other and there's a path. But in this one shot, there's no path connecting them. There's a path in between, but yeah, definitely a mistake. And here's another one, let's see if you guys can spot it.
Mr. Krabs, it's awful. We're all out of buns.
No buns? Drat the luck!
Got a delivery for the Krusty Krab. Where do you want us to put these buns?
Good thing I ordered us extra for the contest crowd.
Now, I know some of you guys missed this one, but here's the issue. This table and barrel has like this white outline. It looks like they were like poorly photoshopped. It looks really rough and it's definitely a mistake. And we've got one more that has to do with our boy, Mr. Krabs.
SpongeBob needs to clean the grill first.
I cleaned it this morning.
Doesn't your spatula need a lining or something?
Nope, she's perfectly aligned.
Drat your efficiency.
Dude, what the heck happened to Mr. Krabs' pupils? This is actually somewhat of a common mistake in SpongeBob, and sometimes people try to defend it, but no guys, this is definitely a mistake. Your pupils don't just disappear. Let's keep the video moving though, and move over to our next episode. It has some crazy mistakes. Next up is the episode Free Samples, where Plankton comes up with a really good scheme. Like, this was a smart one. Take a look.
What do I owe the excessive volume of this giggling?
You may thank my new and original idea, darling. Free samples! Once everyone gets a taste of my delicious chum, they'll tear this place apart to get some. Plus, it's free. And who can resist free? Zip right up with your free samples of delicious chum.
Hey, what did he just say to us?
I just said they're free. Eat up!
Whoa!
What? I had no idea the chum was this rotten. I better not be here when all this agony turns to anger.
So as you just seen, Plankton just made a bunch of Bikini Bottomites very sick, but what he does that's very smart is he lies and says that the chum is actually from the Krusty Krab, eventually leading us to this scene, which also has our first mistake. Let's see if you guys can catch it.
It's all over for the good old Krusty Krab. It's probably best if you start looking for a new job, boy. Maybe in a different line of work. Well, only one thing left to do now. I'll have to move back in with me ma.
5 minutes later.
Krabby Patty's brand new Krabby Patty recipe. All new, all different, all delicious.
Dear Neptune's gill sacks, this is the best thing I've ever put in my mouth! Yay!
Did he just say it was good?
Now this one is very, very sneaky, as take a look at this fish right here. As you can see, he's wearing this bright red shirt. Remember this, it's kind of fresh, but literally seconds later, and his shirt like changes to a pink shirt. It looked like this at first, but now it looks like this. Talk about a big mistake, and of course, there's another one. Let's see if you guys can spot this one.
I had no idea the chum was this rotten. Hey, he's making a run for it. We can't let him get away with this. Let's get up and...
Hey, what's all the hubbub?
Oh, didn't you hear? Someone's giving away free Krabby Patties!
Again, this one is very sneaky, and it has to do with audio. So when we first see this fish right here, he has this voice.
Hey, he's making a run for it. We can't let him get away with this. Let's get up and...
But then when we see him again...
Hey, what's all the hubbub?
Oh, didn't you hear? Someone's giving away free Krabby Patties!
His voice is completely different now. Like, his voice changes halfway through the episode, which is totally a mistake. And I've got one more!
Krabby Patties, anyone?
This one is very easy to miss, but if you look, Plankton laughs, like his mouth moves for the animation of laughing, but I'm gonna play the clip again, listen as he doesn't make any noise, like there's no sound that comes out of his mouth.
And furthermore, I will carry out my duty. Crime and punishment, punishment and crime, and the hall! Which reminds me of an extremely long speech written by the greatest hall monitor of all time.
For this next one, we're going back in time to the good old days of SpongeBob with Hall Monitor. This is a fan favorite of an episode where Mrs. Puff makes SpongeBob Hall Monitor for the week, but SpongeBob takes it way too seriously, fam, and starts going around thinking he's like a real cop. I'm gonna show some funny clips from this episode first, but then we're gonna get into 2 spicy mistakes.
I'm the open window maniac! Patrick! Patrick! Patrick!
My ice cream! It's alive! The maniac's in the mailbox!
I love this episode, dude. And as a matter of fact, Grapple Gang, after I'm done making this video, I'm literally going to go and watch the episode. And you should too after you're done watching this video, of course. But here's the first mistake. Let's take a look at this.
Poor rookie. All right, I'm on my way back.
Hurry, SpongeBob! I think it's getting dark.
Just put on your siren, I'll be right there.
This one happens really fast, guys, and I had to rewatch the scene multiple times to even catch it, but during this scene where Patrick says it is getting dark, if we look, some of these buildings right here move slightly to the right. Here's a side-by-side where you can see before and after, and just, yeah, they slightly just move randomly. Very weird, and here's another mistake from this episode that's just as weird, if not worse.
Afternoon, son.
Hello, brothers.
Son, we're looking for the maniac.
Like I said, this one is way, way, way worse. So, when the police officers arrive and ask Patrick about the maniac, and they just like make fun of him about it, it's really funny, there is a massive mistake with Officer John Slugfish over here, specifically his eyes. As you can see, he is an orange fish, but during this one shot right here, the animators made a mistake and gave him the same like eyelids as the other police officer. So he's orange, but if you look, his eyelids are green, which is totally a mistake. His eyelids should be orange. As a matter of fact, here's a quick shot from earlier on in this scene, and his eyelids are orange, but in this one shot, they're green, which is a massive mistake, dude. Like a really bad mistake too. Not as bad as this next one though, guys. Let's head over to another episode.
I can protect my groceries now.
Here's another episode from Modern SpongeBob. In this one, I actually really like it. The episode is Squid Defense, and it's all about Squidward wanting to learn karate so he can kick some butt after nearly getting robbed at the beginning of the episode. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show the mistakes, but look at this clip of Squidward nearly getting mugged.
Hello? It's considered rude not to answer. I gotta get out of here!
Dude, Squidward almost got caught lacking, bro. He almost got smoked. But anyways, let's smoke Nickelodeon by revealing this mistake.
The rubbery arms and the doughiness in this area. We obviously.
All right, I'm ready. We've been through this.
Yeah, so any hardcore SpongeBob fan should have caught this one, but take a look at this clip from Culture Shock when Squidward does his little tentacle dance. And as you can see, he has this many tentacles. Remember this as it's important. As in Squid Defense, when Sandy pokes him in the stomach, which is hilarious by the way, Squidward seems to only have 2 tentacles, which is like incorrect. He's supposed to have this many. Look at those dance moves though, like damn Squidward, bust a move, my boy. Anyways, here's another mistake from this episode.
You missed the spot.
This one's quick and you guys definitely should have caught it. So take a look at this random PNG of Sandy right here, our favorite squirrel, and what you'll notice is, like many squirrels, she has a tail. Now this is a pretty common mistake in SpongeBob, it happens fairly often. Sandy's missing something while she's holding the umbrella. Where is her tail? It's gone. Like I said, somewhat of a common mistake in SpongeBob, but yeah, here's another mistake from this episode. There's a lot, guys, so be prepared.
It's a delicate art that helps you protect yourself.
Yeah, fine.
Great. Repeat after me. Hi-ya! Hi-ya!
Oh, whatever. Hi-ya.
So for this one, you really need to get a good eye at the frames, all right? It's very important you guys pay close attention for this one. But when Squidward says, oh, whatever, hi-ya, and then does some karate moves, there's something up with Sandy's white teeth. Now, here's a random shot of Sandy from the same episode, and as you can see, she has very white teeth. Our girl be brushing her teeth on the regular. But later on in the episode, I guess she lost her toothbrush or something, as look, her teeth change color slightly. If you look, they're actually more like the same color as the bottom part of her mouth. Here's a side-by-side so you can see they're definitely not as white as they normally are, and this is somewhat of a coloring error here. What do you guys think happened? Let me know. But here's one more mistake from this episode, and this one's really bad if you're a classic SpongeBob fan.
Oh, wait, I don't get it.
SpongeBob, open up!
Squidward? It's just Gary.
So this happens at the very beginning of the episode, and first things first, as you can see, SpongeBob and Gary are just chilling on the couch, right? They're just having a chill night, probably watching some Netflix, or actually Paramount Plus, don't tell Nickelodeon. They maybe even got a Krusty Krab pizza on the way, they're chilling. The most important thing is the couch though, as when Squidward eventually comes to SpongeBob's house panicking, and SpongeBob lets him inside, dude, where did the couch go? Did like SpongeBob and Gary put it away so Squidward could come in? It was literally just there seconds ago, as you can see here, and then now it's gone. So a really funny mistake, if anything. And here's more from another episode.
Okay, maybe you haven't messed up yet, but you will. You will. And when you do, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Okay, it's time for some classic episodes. Next up, we've got Squid's Day Off, which is a very underrated episode from season 2 in my opinion. I mean, people love this episode, but I don't feel like it's talked about enough. I hate to bring it up in such a negative circumstance though, as we're about to expose some mistakes. Here's the first one.
I will ring the bell when there's an order, but there's no customers!
What's going on out here? My babies! Get away, barbarian!
Did you guys catch that? Probably not, because it's a very weird mistake that needs some explain. So, during that scene you guys just saw, when Mr. Krabs grabs the dime from Squidward, if we look over here, we can see that there's this bag of grains that's between the pipe. It's right here, all right? You can see it right there. Now, the problem is that before this shot, we get a shot of that same pipe, and look, that bag of grains is missing. I highly doubt Squidward or Mr. Krabs put it there in a matter of seconds in the middle of a conversation, so I think it's a continuity error. First they drew it without it, and then they drew it with it, making for a funny mistake. And I'm rambling, so here's another mistake from the same episode that's a lot more spicy. Like seriously, this one's really, really bad.
Why can't Mr. Krabs just let us go home? SpongeBob, stop ringing this bell.
Yeah, so I was not lying. This one is really, really bad. But when Squidward says, SpongeBob, stop ringing this bell, his legs, right, his legs, a massive part of his design, are not colored in for an entire frame. Like his legs were just not colored in at all, and it looks so strange. I told you it was a really bad mistake, all right? And there's gonna be a ton more in this video. But first, it's time for the random mistake of the day, where we very quickly take a break from SpongeBob to talk about a cartoon suggested by you, the Grapple Gang, and cover a couple of mistakes. And then we go right back to SpongeBob. So if you're here for SpongeBob, don't worry, we're gonna get right back to SpongeBob, lots of SpongeBob mistakes. But real quick, let's talk about a show that you guys have really wanted me to cover before, and that's The Simpsons, a classic. The episode is Moaning Lisa from season 1, and roll the clip. Here's the mistake.
Can you teach me to fight like you do? Oh, come on.
I'll tell you what, I'll do it if you bark like a dog.
You little...
You got yourself a deal, Fido.
So as you've seen, it takes place at school and revolves around Lisa and this teacher, Mr. Largo. So early on in the episode, Mr. Largo looks like this and his pants look like this. Remember the color, all right? Remember this. As eventually, when Marge grabs Lisa and they drive off, look at Mr. Largo now as his pants have just randomly turned red. I'm doing a side-by-side. First his pants looked like this and then they randomly changed to a red pair of pants, and this all happened in like a matter of seconds, so this was not like he changed his pants. So totally a mistake, and it's time to get back to some SpongeBob, baby. Let's go.
What are you doing in my house?
I'm stuck here while my ship is being repaired. I'm here to haunt ya!
Next up, we have the episode Ghost Host, an episode all about SpongeBob and the Flying Dutchman having to stay together after the Flying Dutchman is like too broke to get himself a new place. He crashes his boat, so he has to stay with SpongeBob, and he just stays way too long. But anyways, this episode has 2 mistakes in total. Here's the first one. Let's see if you guys can spot this one.
But we're going to raise you up from your squalid condition through the use of visual aids. Watch now.
What in barnacles is it?
A journey into self-awareness.
So I want to give credit where credit's due. This mistake was actually pointed out to me by one of you guys in the Grapple gang, so shout out to you. But during this scene where SpongeBob is going to start the journey into self-awareness video, his red tie, which is supposed to be red, is the same color as his skin. His tie is yellow, so I guess the animators accidentally colored his tie-in as yellow instead of red, making for a really bad mistake, guys. Like, what? And there's more. There's another mistake in this episode. Roll the footage.
No such things. No such thing as ghosts.
Bob?
Ooh. Scary.
Dutchie! It worked!
Damn, 2 mistakes in 1 episode. Jeez, Nickelodeon. But when the Flying Dutchman raids Squidward's house, the Flying Dutchman has 5 fingers, as you can see here. Remember this. I'm zooming in. This man has 5 fingers. But later, when he's at SpongeBob's house, he now only has 4. What happened? In this shot, he has 5 fingers, but then in this shot, he has 4. Well, this is a cartoon. I mean, cartoon characters only having 4 fingers is kind of a common thing, but it doesn't change halfway through the episode. This was a mistake, and let's keep it moving, guys. Let's head over to the next episode.
Oh, neighbor, your wet pet oozes on my lawn. You leave me no choice but to call snail control. That little monster.
Next up, we have the episode Once Bitten, which is all about everybody thinking that Gary, like, turns people into zombies if he bites them. It's an interesting episode. I actually really like this episode, just saying. As a matter of fact, here are some crazy clips from this episode, and then we'll get right into the mistakes.
Finally, the bite from that infected snail will turn you into a zombie. There's a mad snail on the loose!
Tell me, Mr. Tentacles, when did you first begin to suspect you were a zombie?
Loss of balance, ticklish ribcage, and a few other symptoms.
Hey, I was bitten by a snail. I kind of feel off balance. Oh, whoa!
Hey, I have ticklish ribs too.
It's spreading through the air.
I can't believe that sweet and slimy snail would cause all this destruction.
Here to dine on your squishy yellow flesh.
All right. I know what you guys clicked on the video for mistakes, but like I said, Once Bitten's actually a pretty cool episode. Anyways, though, here's mistake number 1. Let's see if you guys can spot it. Yeah, that first one is very straightforward. I'm sure a lot of you guys caught it, but when SpongeBob runs to the bus, we can see this stop sign right here, all right? And remember the area, remember the location, because in the very next scene, that stop sign, which should be right here, has completely disappeared. Now, this is most likely a case of cartoon logic, but still technically a mistake. And here's mistake number 2 from Once Bitten. Like I said, it's really, really bad. But when SpongeBob says, "Gary, how could you?" Look, he's missing his legs. Like, They just didn't draw his legs. It's like, to be fair, it's only the bottom of the frame where you can see that his legs are missing. Like, we have to pull the footage up and zoom in, and you can see right here, this space, his legs should be there. So they made a massive mistake here. How do you draw SpongeBob without his legs? Crazy, dude. Next up, we have the masterpiece, another episode that I haven't seen before making this video. It's mainly because I wanted to cover a lot of SpongeBob episodes we haven't covered before in this video. So, you know, Cartoon Corey's always got you. I don't want to be covering the same episodes all the time. But anyways, the episode's the masterpiece. And here, take a look at the plot of this episode. Take a look at this summary of clips. It kind of summarizes the plot. And then don't worry, we're gonna get into the 2 incredibly bad mistakes in this one episode. Just take a look at this first.
Krusty Krab, open! Patrons, spring forth! The Krusty Krab will now seat you.
We got no customers!
Rise and shine! We're the best restaurant in the sea! The Sea Chicken Shack!
Say, Mr. Sea Chicken, how's the flavor of that zesty sea chicken sandwich?
It's impeccable! I need you to head over to the Sea Chicken Shack and see what's cooking.
You want me to go undercover?
That won't be necessary, boy. Just look around.
Yellow scrubber to Big Red. Come in, Big Red.
Just tell me what you see, SpongeBob.
I am inside. Repeat, I am inside.
Are there any unique or interesting amenities that might attract me customers in any way? Please see.
I see a giant statue depicting Mr. Sea Chicken in all his glory.
All right, Grapple Gang, let's expose this first mistake together. Roll the footage.
Yellow scrubber to Big Red. Come in, Big Red.
Just tell me what you see, SpongeBob.
And it smells in here like a tuna bathed in algae after running a marathon.
Oh, so it's a crime now to exercise?
I have infiltrated the line right now, and I'll report back once I have obtained sample.
We gotta pay close attention for this one. It's kind of technical, and there's a lot of things moving. So when SpongeBob starts talking to Mr. Krabs, we can see Incidental 41 right here in front of him. All right, this character right here, Incidental 41, and he's in front of him. Remember this. As moments later, when he starts talking about the smell, Incidental 41 is no longer there. He's just disappeared, despite it only being seconds past. And now Incidental 23 is shown there instead, which is totally a continuity error. At first, Incidental 41 was there, then in like a second, Incidental 23 teleports there and takes his spot, and then Incidental 41 comes back. Very strange. You can tell the animators made a little goof here, and here's the next goof from the masterpiece.
Okay, let's see it.
Make sure you... Voila!
SpongeBob!
Reporting for duty, sir.
I'm gonna need you to frolic and play on this here doohickey.
I read you loud and clear, Captain. Loud and clear.
We've already covered one similar to this in today's video, but before SpongeBob was about to play with Squidward's ridiculous statue of Mr. Krabs, look at this thing, by the way. It's funny, his right eye is mistakenly colored yellow for a split second. It's only for a split second it goes back to normal, but look at this one frame, I'm zooming in, his eyes are yellow, and we already seen one like this earlier today, but this is much worse. This one is like very, very yellow, so really, really bad mistake, guys. Like, how does this even happen? Our next mistake is from another episode we covered recently, but the mistake or error is completely new, and it's actually worse. So yeah, in the episode, The Algae's Always Greener, Plankton uses his new invention to swap lives with Mr. Krabs. And as you can imagine, it makes for a really good plot, with Plankton slowly learning that Mr. Krabs' life isn't as cracked up as he thinks. Now, the mistake in question is really, really easy to miss, so pay close attention. But during this scene, where the show uses a bubble transition, a blue screen with the date of May 29th, 2001 by Rough Draft Korea can briefly be shown within the transition, thus making for a pretty brutal mistake. Again, it's easy to miss, but whoever animated this episode, being Rough Draft Korea, they shouldn't have had that in there, so definitely a mistake. Here's a clip.
What a brilliant idea! Your parents must have been like part computer or something. Now let's see here. No. Aha! Well, I hate to leave you, Karen, but you know what they say, a rolling stone gathers no algae.
Let's be real, SpongeBob is the best fry cook in all of Bikini Bottom. As a matter of fact, he's the best employee at the Krusty Krab. People love this guy. But in the episode SpongeBob You're Fired, I mean, the episode title kind of reveals it, but SpongeBob gets fired, dude. It's crazy. He ends up having to go and work at all these other places. Here's some clips.
Order up! One perfect patty on a pristine plate and a squeaky clean Krusty Krab. Hey, Mr. Krabs, what's the good word?
Well, actually, SpongeBob, there's 2 words. And they're not very good. You're fired.
Oh, Mr. What?
It turns out that I'll save a whole nickel if I cut your salary.
It is so funny seeing SpongeBob work at these other places. Like, dude, go back to the Krusty Krab. It's where you belong. Anyways, though, let's get into the mistakes. That's what you guys are here for. Here is mistake number 1.
Okay, that's enough. It's closing time. You know, it just won't be the same around here without you. Bye-bye now. Sayonara. Good riddance. Man, is it gonna be sweet without that pest around?
I know any hardcore SpongeBob fan already caught what the mistake is, but here's the issue. When SpongeBob is forced out of the Krusty Krab by Squidward, Squidward is so happy. There are no tables inside the Krusty Krab. As we mentioned before, this is how the inside of the Krusty Krab looks, right? And there's tables. I mean, they've been there since the first episode, but there's no tables during this one scene, and just, yeah, really silly mistake.
You ready to get crazy? Crazy fish?
You bet your frosting, sponge cake.
Sorry, I'm not wearing any frosting. Hey, that's cheating!
Coming in hot, we've got Blackened Sponge. This is a weird SpongeBob episode. The title's very weird, just saying, Blackened Sponge. But it's all about SpongeBob getting a black eye and lying about it. He actually like slips and hurts his eye, but he goes and lies to everyone and tells them that he got in a fight with some dude. SpongeBob, you're such a capper. As a matter of fact, we're gonna get into the mistakes, but I want you guys to hear SpongeBob's elaborate little lie here about what actually happened.
When a wanton cry of distress pounded against my eardrum, which was a victim tied at my feet, when a large bowling pin struck me in the face. The hurler was none other than Jack and Crazyfish. The very thought of being vanquished made Jack and Crazyfish burst into tears. One of the blasts went haywire and hit me right in the face.
Yeah, so that's what SpongeBob says is what happens. Again, we're gonna get into the mistakes, but this is what actually happened. Look.
Ooh, what a relief. For a second there, I thought I gave myself a black...
Yeah, SpongeBob, you are a massive liar, and guys, here's the first mistake from this episode.
Yeehaw! Get out, little fishes!
Hi, Sandy.
You guys probably caught this one, but when SpongeBob says, "Hi, Sandy," look, part of his white shirt is black, when of course it's supposed to be white. I don't know what happened here, but it's definitely not supposed to be black. Here's mistake number 2 from Blackened Sponge.
SpongeBob is 13 and a half minutes late for duty. I hope for his sake this means he was in a horrible accident. Well, looks like I was right about the accident part.
This one is definitely going to need some explaining, but it's pretty rough. So, when Incidental 107, this guy right here, first appears in Mr. Krabs' comments about how late SpongeBob is, Incidental 107 is seen in his normal color scheme, alright? This is how he's always drawn in color. However, though, when SpongeBob eventually comes in and walks past Incidental 107, who's with Incidental 14 at the time, look, Incidental 107 is now just a completely different color. They just completely changed his design, and there's only one of incident to 107, so this was absolutely, positively, 100% a mistake. And believe it or not, I've got another one from this episode. 3 in 1 episode is wild.
Crazy Fish sprang up out of nowhere. He threw a giant tire at the back of my head. Then he stood over me to gloat. I jumped up and karate kicked his hairpiece right off of its snaps. He was so ashamed, he ran all the way home, leaving behind a pool of tears.
Did you guys catch it? Well, when Jack M. Crazy Fish, the dude that SpongeBob supposedly beat up, when he in SpongeBob's story runs all the way home, leaving behind a pool of tears, major cap, we can see that SpongeBob is wearing his Krusty Krab hat. But guys, what's missing? Come on, let me know in the comments what's missing from his hat. I'm gonna give you guys like 5 seconds to figure it out. Yeah, he's missing the anchor on his hat. Massive mistake. Let's keep it going though, gang. Let's head over to another episode, and don't worry, random mistake of the day is coming up soon.
What are those things?
Sea whelks, a pernicious form of sea snail, have invaded Bikini Bottom and are on the attack, devouring innocent citizens and covering the city with purple slime.
This one I'm going to make insanely quick because we've covered a similar one already today, but in the episode Whelk Attack, this happens.
Krabby Patties! Get your Krabby Patties! Try a nice hot Krabby Patty. Only $3.99 each. Be $54.95.
I will not be surprised if you guys did not catch it, but as Mr. Krabs is coming out with the plate full of Krabby Patties, and he exits the Krusty Krab with the doors behind him, if we look closely through the windows to the inside of the Krusty Krab, we can see that Squidward's cash register station is missing again. We know this because of the order window. We should be able to see the boat that Squidward is normally in right below that order window, but it's not there. And I'm definitely overanalyzing this because it's a kid's cartoon and it's not that big of a deal, but let's keep on overanalyzing and head over to another episode and find more mistakes. But actually, first, it's time for the random mistake of the day, where we take a very quick break from SpongeBob. Don't worry, we're gonna go right back to SpongeBob to expose a mistake in a random cartoon. Again though, we're gonna go right back to SpongeBob, but for now, let's talk about Fairly Odd Parents, another Nickelodeon banger. The mistake can be found in the episode Power Mad, and it has to do with the character Chester. Here's a little hint, we're showing Chester on screen, remember his hair color. Alright, let's see if you guys can catch this mistake. Roll the clip.
Guys, wait! We really need to stop playing. Why? I have to go?
No, you don't. You just win at 6:13.
So you guys probably caught it, especially with the hint I gave you, but if you didn't, Cartoon Corey's got you covered. So let's take a look at Chester right here, and we'll notice that his hair is blonde, all right? And even when they go into like virtual reality in this episode, his hair turns to like this pinkish color, but his hair is not black. So why during this scene are his eyebrows or eyelashes black? They should be blonde. So this is totally a mistake, and let's get back to SpongeBob. Do let me know in the comments though, guys, what other cartoons you want me to cover for the random mistake of the day. But yeah, back to SpongeBob.
Attention zoo patrons! Clamu the giant oyster is on an emotional rampage. Please scream and run around in circles. Thanks for coming.
Here's another season 2 banger, The Smoking Peanut. This episode is actually a little more underrated in terms of season 2. Like, people like this episode, but I feel it gets overshadowed by all of the other bangers in season 2. Of course though, just like that last episode, I gotta ruin some childhoods here because there's mistakes in this episode. Roll the footage.
Hey Patrick, what are you doing?
Oh, hi SpongeBob. I'm just continuing my investigation of the Great Clamu Caper.
Have you found out anything?
Yes! No, wait. No. Don't worry, SpongeBob! Patrick's on the case! The truth will be revealed!
I'd better go see Sandy. She'll know what to do.
Aw, I can't stand it anymore. That poor poor critter.
So you need to pay close attention, and you guys need to listen closely for this one. So, while SpongeBob is running to Sandy's tree dome saying, "I'll ask Sandy, she'll know what to do," the typical SpongeBob bubble transition starts, but if we look at the bottom, we can see this weird blue card that says Rough Draft Korea on it, which might be confusing to you guys, but this is a mistake. Back in the day, Rough Draft Korea is the company that would animate all of the episodes of SpongeBob. It would be written and the storyboards and everything would be done in North America, but then it would be sent to Rough Draft Korea to do the final edit and animate everything. So yeah, this text in blue screen at the bottom was a mistake by Rough Draft Korea during that transition between different scenes. So if you understand animation, I'm over explaining this and you already get it. So yeah, here's another mistake from the episode though.
The Bikini Bottom Zoo is having its annual flea day. Flea balloons, flea drinks, flea light bulbs.
Let's book him!
Wow, you guys are good. I'm the last person I would have suspected.
Yeah, tell it to the judge, Pinky.
Oh no! Patrick's too sensitive for the big house! Wait! Stop! I'm the one you want!
So for this one to make sense, I need to show you footage from earlier on in the episode. So as you can see in this shot right here, Oyster Stadium is like a walled-in zoo with like big walls and everything, all right? But if this is the case, then how can SpongeBob still see the stadium top to bottom clearly from his house during this scene? It's not that big of a deal, but that's a mistake. Like SpongeBob would not be able to see that good of a vision of the stadium from his home. He'd be able to see it, but it's walled in. He wouldn't be able to see inside it like that. So totally a mistake and kind of a funny one. Let's keep it moving though, guys. Lots of unbelievable mistakes coming up, so stay tuned, especially this next one.
Aha! The library, where he keeps records of his every thought. All of his deepest, juiciest secrets.
Next up, we have the Inside Job, which I feel is a very underrated SpongeBob episode. Now, instead of explaining the plot, I'm just gonna play clips from the episode summarizing what happens, as it'll help the mistake make sense later on. So yeah, here's some funny clips from this episode summarizing it, and then we're gonna get right into its mistake after.
You want the patty recipe, then go to the man who wrote it, Eugene Krabs.
Right. Why didn't I think of that before?
With my mind connector, you'll be able to read Krabs' mind, transferring the recipe directly into your teeny tiny little brain.
Wow, that's a pretty good idea.
Move it!
You're mine.
Hey, where do you want this life-size cutout of you, Mr. Krabs? Hey, Squidward, we blew a fuse.
If I'm gonna get the Krabby Patty recipe, I'm gonna have to go to Command Central. Hi, friend. Why am I making idiotic comments? Superficial greetings.
See, it's underrated. I bet you want to go and watch the full episode after you're done watching this video, of course. But here's that mistake. Roll the footage.
Well, where's the recipe?
The what?
You really need to pay close attention for this one, and I'm even gonna play the footage in slow motion at one point. But when Patrick walks out of the Krusty Krab after Karen takes Plankton, if we watch closely, Patrick's animation actually freezes and like glitches out for a second, as you can see here. I'm gonna loop it and slow down the footage, and yeah, his animation just like stops and just glitches out for a frame. It's really funny. It's really weird. What's going on, man? Anyways though, let's head over to another episode with more mistakes.
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho!
Huh? Hello? Who's there? Huh? Hello?
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho!
Hello? Yes? Who's there? Huh? Hello? Show yourself. Ooh, hello? Who is it?
Up
huh?
here, you
Hey.
dunce!
Now I know Christmas is over now, but first up we've got a holiday banger. It's Christmas Who, one of the best SpongeBob Christmas episodes, and it has one mistake. Roll the footage.
Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho! Wait! Oh, I see a great Christmas photo. Can you move in a little? Say Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Aww, our first Christmas.
So at one point of this episode, Squidward takes a photograph of SpongeBob crying, alright? And when the photograph's taken, we see this shot right here. This is how everything looks. But when Squidward holds up the photo, we can see some major inconsistencies and errors with it. As you've seen in the original shot of SpongeBob crying, the ground is snow. Well, the entire background is snowy, as a matter of fact. But when Squidward holds up the photo, we can see that it's sand. So really weird mistake here, where like the photo is completely different than the scene that Squidward took the photo of. Totally a mistake. And guys, surprise, surprise, there's actually another mistake in this episode. Take a look at this.
I don't believe in Santa Claus.
Come on, Squid. All you have to do is write a letter. Squidward, come on.
Come on, Squidward. Don't be a party pooper. Come on out.
Santa Claus is a big phony. Those idiots are gonna be up all night while I get a full night's sleep.
Oh, Santa's coming tonight, tonight. Santa's coming tonight. Coming tonight, tonight. Santa's coming tonight.
Come on, everybody. Let's sing till Santa gets here.
So we've actually got 3 mistakes in one, and it all takes place during the scene you just saw, where the fish sing Santa's coming tonight, tonight. For one, this right here is incidental 103, alright? And as you can see, his pants seem to disappear and reappear. Here's a shot with him wearing his pants, and then here's a shot of him being a hooligan with his pants just disappearing, and then they reappear again in this shot. That's 2 mistakes right there, and here's another one. As SpongeBob's mouth, as well as Incidental 48's eyes, disappear on the word Santa's, as you can see right here. So yeah, as good of an episode this is, it's the best holiday one. It has a lot of mistakes. And guys, stay tuned for future videos, as there's so many other mistakes to cover from this episode. For now though, let's head over to another SpongeBob classic episode with mistakes. You won't believe it.
Your Krabby Patty meal, sir.
Ew! Fingernails! That's worse than it is!
Okay, baby, we're in season 12 now, a more modern and recent season of SpongeBob, so things are kind of different. The show is widescreen now, and to be real, there's less mistakes because everything's like digital now. Don't worry though, Cartoon Corey still found 3. Here's the first one. The episode SpongeBob's Bad Habit, by the way, I didn't mention that, but yeah, here's the mistake. Take a look at this.
Give me the works, Ethel. Oh, my nails are in terrible shape. Ooh, that feels good. Ethel, you know I like to keep my nails long.
So take a look at this shot of Mrs. Puff from another episode, and I want you to pay attention to her eyelashes, alright? They're always there, everybody has eyelashes, even fish in Bikini Bottom, supposedly. But during this scene in SpongeBob's Bad Habit, when Mrs. Puff removes the towel from her eyes, if we pause at the right frame, boom, right here, our girl's eyelashes are missing. They then pop right back in the next shot, as you can see in slow motion here, but for this one frame, as you can see again, they're missing. That's a mistake, guys, and here's another one from the same episode. This episode has 3.
We'll stop your nail-biting habit quicker than a jet-powered jackrabbit. This'll keep your fingers out of your kisser. Oh, Tell me he ain't doing what I think he's doing.
Oh, he's good.
This next one is an audio error. We're always focusing on like animation errors, which are very funny, but this one has to do with audio. Here, I'm gonna play the clip again, but I'm gonna cut it down and make it shorter and make sure it's only when the audio mistake occurs. Let's see if you guys can catch it.
Tell me he ain't doing what I think he's doing.
Did you guys spot it? Well, don't worry, that's what Cartoon Corey is here for. So, when Sandy says, uh-oh, tell me he ain't doing what I think he's doing, we can hear the audio, but her mouth doesn't actually open or move when she specifically says, uh-oh. You just hear the audio line, but her mouth doesn't move, which is incredibly awkward. Not as awkward as this next mistake, though, from the same episode. Take a look at this one.
Relax, Mr. Scraphead. Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Doctor, I can't stop. I can't stop biting my nails. I don't know what to do.
This one was similar to the first. So, when SpongeBob tells Hans that he cannot stop biting his nails, ew, by the way, kids, don't ever bite your nails. It's a terrible habit, hence this episode. As you can see, SpongeBob's eyelashes are missing. And just for reference, here's a shot of SpongeBob with his eyelashes. And now we're gonna go back to that shot in SpongeBob's Bad Habit. And yeah, when he's talking about biting his nails, his eyelashes are missing here. If we keep paying attention though, his eyelashes are also missing throughout his entire hypnotherapy session. But don't worry, they return to normal once he wakes up. Not that big of a deal, like eyelashes missing are kind of like light in terms of mistakes, so don't worry, the next couple of mistakes we'll cover today are gonna be worse. Let's head over to this next episode that's actually a straight-to-TV special. Let's take a look at this. In the episode Pre-Hibernation Week, Sandy prepares for hibernation, and SpongeBob happily agrees to play some sports with her to have one last little fun play session before she goes in for her long sleep. They're not going to be able to hang out for a while. SpongeBob soon regrets it though, as Sandy puts SpongeBob in all sorts of dangerous situations. And from here, the episode focuses on a stressed out SpongeBob, hiding from Sandy to avoid playing more dangerous sports with her. It isn't necessarily my favorite episode, but I love the scenes of Sandy and SpongeBob competing with each other. What I don't love so much though is this mistake. During the scene where Sandy is getting mad at Bikini Bottomites, there is a brief shot where her neck is incorrectly colored as white, when it should be brown. Here's a clip.
Man the lifeboats!
Alpha Team, you search uptown. Gold Team searches downtown. Any questions?
Gold Team rules!
Besides, he's yellow.
Yeah, here he is. Hey, can I go home now?
Oh, look! He's up in the sky! Well, he's not... Huh? They must have gone to search some more.
When Plankton invents a unique gas that can revert other fish back into babies in the episode Goo Goo Gas, he abuses it and uses it to steal the Krabby Patty's secret formula. He turns everyone in the Krusty Krab into a baby. But when SpongeBob accidentally causes the gas canister to explode, the episode ends with Plankton turning into a baby himself. It's a hilarious episode, with a great ending. However, if we head back a few scenes, we can spot a hidden mistake. At one point in the episode, Plankton is captured and placed in a trap net. However, if you really think about it, what in the world would the net be tied to? It's just floating in the middle of the ocean pretty much. Yeah, here's a clip.
Net, you little nitwit!
That was almost too easy. What? No! I demand you geezers release me!
Right after the party, the teeny other party!
What? Thanks for calling us home! Quit it!
Our next mistake can be found in the fairly underrated Season 12 episode, The Dirty Bubble Returns, and it can be found during this scene. As Mr. Krabs walks away and SpongeBob pops in, as you can see right here in this shot. In this one frame, the dude is missing literally half of his body. Like, look at the space underneath the toilet stall. We should absolutely still be able to see the lower half of SpongeBob's body, like his legs and his iconic square pants. But I guess the animators were feeling a little lazy during this frame, as they only drew half of him, just half of him. Here's a clip.
Oh, the toilet!
Huh? Oh, sacre Pew! Make it sparkle!
Okay, he's gone. Don't worry about those toilets, DB. What? I will clean them for you. Toot sweet, mon ami.
Dirt.
Up next is an episode all about our favorite grumpy squid, Squidward. That being the episode Professor Squidward, which is also a really good episode in my opinion. I actually laughed at this one a ton of times. Here's some clips.
Now, if we can go for 5 minutes without having any further interruptions, I would like to...
Hey, look! It's Squidward!
Squilliam, everybody! He was about to say Squilliam.
Actually, I think he was about to say Squidward.
Would you two numbskulls mind telling me what you're doing in music class anyway?
Sure. Patrick's New Year's resolution was to learn to play an instrument.
You told me your resolution was to sign up for an all-natural slimming, toning, and increased muscle mass program.
It was. I traded with SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, do you mind? There are other people here besides you, you know, and I don't think they appreciate you depriving them of my wisdom.
I'm sorry, Professor Squilliam.
Okay, mistake time. So here's the first one. Keep those eyes peeled as always. This one's kind of hard to miss, but once I explain it, you'll get it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Isn't it grand?
What is?
He's such a great musician. He doesn't even have to touch an instrument to be brilliant.
This character right here is Incidental F9, and for the most part, she's wearing a dress in this episode, right? But when Fred says, "Isn't it grand?" her dress is just missing. It's kind of hard to see because somebody's in front of her, but yeah, her dress is just gone, and she should go put that back on because this is a kid's show. What's going on here?
Is there something seriously wrong with your heads?
My whole life has been pointed in one direction. Tick.
I see that now. There's never been any choice for me.
Would you two nincompoops cut it out? Or am I gonna...
Hello? We're with the local Bikini Bottom news channel. I'm a reporter.
So this one's another complicated one, so listen closely, guys. But when Patrick rides his locomotive into the trash can, Squidward exits the building and places the can outside, right? He exits through this door right here. Later though, when both the news crew and the police come into Squidward's classroom, they enter the same door, that same door I just mentioned, but now it leads into a hallway. It's like the entire geography changed. Before that door led here, now the door leads to a hallway. So just, yeah, weird mistake